Welcome to the show. It's Real Talk with the Six Man. I'm your host, the Six Man. This podcast is uncut, unscripted, and we talk about a wide range of topics. Black entrepreneurship, social injustice, education, finances, the family dynamic, Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, and mental health, along with many more. It's a Real Talk podcast to empower, educate, encourage, uplift, and inspire, and to allow others to be better than they were yesterday.
You're listening to Real Talk with the Six Man.
What's going on, y'all? It's Wednesday. Y'all know what time it is. It's the HumpDay edition live. I know we've been doing it in the room, in the group, and it's been fun. It's been fun. I ain't gonna lie. I got my regulars that come through, and we have a good time. But I had an idea, I wanted to add a co-host to the show. And I was like, you know what? We spend a lot of time doing the room, which is a private group. So let me give y'all some backdrop. So Real Talk with the Six Man, along with our video and our audio platform, we have a platform within Facebook and a private group called Real Talk with the Six Man. It's the group. So we got a lot of members. We have a lot of fun in there. And I think I started this thing a couple months back and just come on every Wednesday night. And when I tell you that thing starts between 7 and 8 and ends up stopping at like 12, 1, 2 in the morning, it was crazy. But we learned a lot from each other. We get a lot of different perspectives and a lot of intimate conversations come out of that group. So I'm thankful for that opportunity. And I just want to say sorry for everybody who has been looking forward to that. I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it anymore because y'all know how I am. I just come up and be like, all right, let's do it. And so right now, I want to continue to focus on this, try to get as much input on YouTube as I can and just get y'all some content, right? So tonight, we're going to get it in like we always do. I got my co-host in the back. She all getting dolled up and getting ready for y'all, lipstick and all that. Y'all know how she do, man. So I'm going to bring her in, man, because she be really trying me, man. She be like, oh, I had on this last time. Man, stop playing, man. So I'm going to bring in my co-host, man. What's going on?
Hey, everybody.
Don't talk about me like that.
I don't know how to clean up.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying you don't know how to clean up. I know you know how to clean up. I'm just saying, it. It is what it is. But man, listen, we got so much to talk about, right? I mean, and like I say, tonight ain't gonna be too serious. It's gonna be laid back. I got the hookah flowing. And so we're going to kind of chit chat and talk, man, and just tell y'all what's going on around the world, man. We never had an opportunity to put a description up. So that's something that we forgot to do. And that's okay. We just didn't really know what to put in the description. And like I say, we always try to come together the night before to figure out what we're going to talk about. And I got so busy at work today that I forgot to put the description up, but it don't matter. We here and the description say TBA. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure out some acronyms for TBA. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all see it up next time, we're going to put the abbreviation so y'all already know what TBA means. But Macy, look, you already know what we on tonight, but I want to get a vibe from you. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Week is almost over, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was looking forward to doing this tonight. So the week is going by fast to me, but it's going by in a good way. So I'm definitely in a good vibe place.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, I think we should just dive right into it. I mean, because it's so we came up with so many different things to talk about, and I'm just ready because I just see so much shit happening on TV. So I'm just kind of ready to see what the people think. We got some viewers, so thank the viewers for coming through. We appreciate y'all. And so we're gonna start this thing slow. We're not gonna go too fast. We're gonna start this thing slow. So we're gonna start with a quick recap of last week's recorded episode that we did on my audio platform. So my audio platform is actually on Anchor, which is a free platform. You can start your podcast there if you want to. It's a free service. I totally love it. I turned it into a monetization. Is that right? Monetization.
Mm-hmm.
And I got subscribers who actually subscribe monthly, and they pay a small fee just to help me continue doing what I'm doing. So, but I'm also on, along with Anchor, I'm on Apple, I'm on Google, I'm on Spotify. I'm on 9 different platforms. So when we do our recordings on the audio platform, it goes to 9 different listening platforms. So you guys can always enjoy the audio version, which is good. But now this is the live version, that way everybody gets an opportunity to kind of see us and see what we're doing. So Amatie, last week we kind of talked, about a touchy topic, right? And I think it was a great conversation, and I actually took a little bit from it. But I want you to kind of recap and let people know kind of what we talked about last week and what did you get from the conversation, because it was pretty deep.
It was a very deep conversation. So what we talked about was just generational trauma, like generational abuse, and how you can kind of like break the curse and how it affects the family now. So, one of our guests that we had on, he had, still is going through, things with his mother, and how that has affected his life thus far. Yep. So it was really deep. I learned a lot from yesterday. From, our discussion. Monday. It was very eye-opening, because me personally, I have dated men who were damaged from their mothers. So, it was just of even how, I guess, what he kind of taught me was just how things may even seem foreign because he didn't even experience it growing up.
Right.
It's that sort of stuff. It's that sort of stuff that was eye-opening. And then also the generational stuff of when parents do kind of raise you in a certain sort of way, how that's from how they were raised and how that parent was raised and how that parent was raised, to where it becomes almost a normal raising skill. So I learned a lot.
So I got my audience here, just so you know. Got my audience in the room with me. So she may chime in at some point. I'm not 100% sure, but she's here. So y'all vibes are connected now, because you're right here and she's right here. So it's all good. So one of the things that I did take from it was that there is this thing called self-sabotage that, couples may witness when one person has this type of trauma from a parent, right? Because I remember a young lady telling me that I was cold and I was blunt and I was this, and I didn't really see it as an issue until after kind of going to counseling and then listening to the conversation and getting involved in the conversation Monday. It made me rethink it again. Like, damn, maybe that is what was going on, right? And so I'm not saying that this is something that I'm giving it an excuse. I'm just telling people that sometimes there are some things about your partner that are coming out in their personality or characteristics, so to speak, and it does not necessarily mean that they're doing it on purpose, right? But I do think as a couple that if the other partner sees it, that it should be a loving, conversation. Say, hey, I'm saying this, I'm saying that. You want to talk about something? Is there anything you want to tell me? And I know for me, I'm at the point in my life where I love to open up, so my partner can know what's going on in my head. And we did that for a while, but I think that as we go on, you still got to do it rapidly, just so you can know what the week look like, what your day look like. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I did learn a lot from the conversation. I would say, lastly, that there is definitely something. You hit on it where you asked him, do you think that it's something about her father?
Yes.
You looking like him, that you remind her of him, and it's still something there that she hasn't broken. Because when he said that his grandmother and him lived in the same building, and his mother would go visit his grandmother, and she wouldn't even walk up the steps to see him, I was like,
it was that part.
That's
I said, wow.
Yeah, so wow. If you guys want to hear a great conversation, definitely check it out. It is on Real Talk with the Six Man. Like I say, Anchor, Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts. It's pretty much everywhere. It was a dope conversation. But Real Talk Live, HumpDay edition, we get ready to get it going, man, because we got live. Woo! There's a lot of shit to talk about. So, in sports, right? So, Brittany Griner, since she's been in there, I kind of been looking her up, saying what's going on with her. First and foremost, she's 31. She was born in 1990.
I know.
1990. So can you imagine being in a jail, locked up, and out the country, in a foreign.
Yeah, it's there for me.
That long? I mean, she's been over there for a while, Joe.
Yeah, and have you ever seen that show Locked Up Abroad? I don't know why. It's just like, yeah, I don't know how the Russian prisons look.
Because that's kind of what it is.
Yes,
that's kind of what the fuck you are abroad. You got your passport. You don't got that motherfucker stamp. And these people at TSA told you come with us. You like, oh, where I'm going? And you go, dude, and now you no.
I think it's nobody there over there looks like her. Like nobody. She's a tall black woman with locks. And I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's to the point where I feel like, you know, somebody has to do something, right? And I know you looked it up a little bit because we talked about it last night. And so let's go over the details of what they're saying that's going on with her. Like, is she getting out? Are they doing like a deal? Because I know it's like a deal where we got some type of spy over there already, and he's American, so they want them to let him go with Brittany, but in exchange, Russia wants us to give them this fucking arms dealer or some shit. What's going on with that?
The notorious arms dealer. And it's so I guess the Biden's administration, they're definitely trying to work with Russia in trying to do this prisoner exchange. But the one thing that Russia was holding up everything is Russia is saying that the U.S. is calling Russia some sort of terrorist country. Like we're putting Russia now in that category, and they personally don't like it. So they're like, stop calling us that, and then maybe we'll think about the deal. That's what's really going on. So they're like, stop calling us names, and maybe we'll get back to the exchange of Brittany and the other prisoner.
Now, I do realize, and I know people who travel, and they travel with their medicine, and I don't knock it, but me personally, and Angel can tell you, when we going out of town, I'm like, I can guarantee you, when we get where we going, I'm gonna find what I need. So I would rather wait till where I'm going and just get what I need when I'm there. Versus, I mean, some people get away with it, some people don't. And in this case, she didn't get away with it. But I want to add that people need to know that she was already playing over there. So she had already been traveling over there. She had already been doing what she did previous to going over there. I also do think that January 6th had a lot to do with her, you know what I'm saying, being detained. Because when they found it, I'm pretty sure she didn't have like a lot of that shit, but it was enough for them to be like, you know what, we gonna keep her ass in. We gonna get some shit started.
And you can tell she was targeted because you know what, Kevin, as I'm reading, it was hashish oil, not even an actual, it was like hashish oil, like, and they want to detain her off of that. So you know that it was targeted, you know that it was something more than, they're making it more to what it even is.
And if you read Hood's comment, I mean, he got a point. Like I just
absolutely
personally, like I said, I mean, have I done it before? Yes. Was I scared? Didn't you motherfucker? Yes. But I mean, now I just wouldn't do it anymore. Because when we went to Jamaica for COVID, they hit us with this little, oh, can you come over here? Can you step over here? I was like, what's up? Oh, we need to check your carry-on bag. I was like, what? So they told Angel to go ahead and get on the plane. Angel was like, no, I'm staying right there. We in fucking Jamaica. What the fuck we look like splitting up and y'all telling me staying right? No, we're not doing it.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
And I do think it's something about my personality that get them motherfuckers like, yeah, we gonna check his bag because that motherfucker saying like he got attitude. We gonna check his shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like me personally, I would not do that shit. Like I feel bad for her that she's been over there this long. Her wife is trying to get her back, working with Uncle Joe, because that's what I'm gonna start calling him, because that nigga cannot stand up. Every time I see this nigga on TV, he falling down or this nigga mumbling his words, and when he talk, you don't know what the fuck he's saying. I was looking at him today, and I was just looking at the TV like, what? So I'm just hoping that she gets out. I'm hoping that she uses this as a lesson long term.
Yes.
The United States and other countries, just because you was doing business over there, don't necessarily mean we good with you, right? Because all money is green. and I'm pretty sure Russia is making money from the team that she play on, and all those other basketball teams. They making money. But when you come over here with this, and now we want to make a stand, and we want to do some other shit, now we can because we're in a different country. So
yeah,
I thought that to me it's pretty heartbreaking that she's still there, and I feel bad for her, man. I really do.
Yeah, and like what she said, hopefully she learns from this lesson. Like, just find your stuff when you get over there. Please don't bring it with you. Just find the stuff when you get over there.
Right.
And she would have been free. She would have been
good to go.
Good to go.
Exactly. So let's keep it in with sports, man. Because this dude right here, I have no idea how you do this, but when you just told me kind of what it was, I was like, oh, so loyalty. Okay, I can respect that. So Tiger Woods turns down a $700 million payday from Live Golf Tournament, right? And I was like, Live Golf Tournament, what is that? So I did find out, like you told me, that Live Golf Tournament is a tournament that's kind of competing with the PGA, right? And PGA, everybody knows, the PGA is all over. I mean, it's one of the biggest golf tournaments ever, and he has won that tournament so many different times. So what is Tiger saying about him turning down 700? Because that's a lot of bread, yo.
Yeah, so what Tiger's basically saying, the PGA has done so much for him. He's done so much for the PGA. They have almost this way more than 20 years of a relationship going on together. He just can't see himself leaving PGA to go to Live, even though there has been quite a few, professional golfers who have left PGA to go to Live. And I think with Phil, what's his name? Nicholson, I guess he's the most famous one who has gone over there.
He the OG of golf right now.
He's the OG of golf. And I think Tiger Woods, at 46, Tiger Woods is getting up there too. And maybe that's what Liv is trying to do, like pull those sort of dudes, like to still like have like a name, like we're Liv, we have Tiger, we have Phil.
Attached to the tournament, yeah.
Yeah. So
Tiger is, when you say Tiger Woods, that's money. When you say Tiger Woods,
and they offered him that much. And Tiger Woods said, no, he's good. He's going to stay with PGA, but $700 million. Woo, that's loyalty, though. I mean, Tiger.
And like I said before, when you already got money, right? I don't think you take it as being as greedy to get more money, because you can always get more money wherever if you do it the right way. But when you say the loyalty of it, I can kind of see where Tiger like, nah, I'm good. And they probably offer them, good amount of money for whatever years or whatever. But I do feel like too, Tiger is getting up there in age. Like you said, he's 46. He did have that back surgery. Wasn't a lot of people thinking he was gonna come back. And when I saw him on the golf course, when my mother and them came down here, my stepfather was watching him on TV, and he was like, yeah, Tiger swing ain't the same, but he's still out there. So I think that the loyalty part, age, I think just all of that stuff plays a part. And then again, just like a job, not saying people get comfortable, but just like a job, if you've been at a job for 20-something years, you just looking for your retirement. You ain't really trying to go to another branch of government and go through the whole process all over again. You just trying to do your time and get the fuck up out of it.
Right. And I see like what Tiger is trying to say too. Like, if it's working out for you, him and the PGA, it's working out for him. He's made money with them. He just feels like it's not broke. There's no need to fix it. So
Hood, I think Hood was saying that it's kind of like the NFL did to do with the Wii. Remember when they? Yes. I don't know. I remember that. I remember that.
The
United States, we do a lot of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? What he say? He said they will blackmail everybody who converts. I mean, listen, that part is serious because they definitely will. And I still feel like there's some things that the NFL not doing, but we're not going to talk about the NFL because I can go on and on and on about that, because there's people that still say, well, if you promoted Kaepernick from not playing, why you still watching football? Well, first of all, I don't watch a lot of TV. First of all, I don't watch like a lot of like news and all of that shit. But football is one of them things that Sunday you get a little wind on, you sit down, and you could just watch the game. And then now that I'm here in Florida, these are the times where Damo here texts me, man, what the fuck did Cuz just do? How the fuck he dropped the ball? And it just brings a different element to the game versus just the game. So I mean, I still watch football because I play football, and it's just something that I enjoy. So when people say, oh, you shouldn't still be watching it, listen, man, I mean, that's neither here nor there because it's football. I love football.
It is.
And I mean, it is.
Yeah, and these big conglomerate play like NFL, PGA, they still won't make money regardless of what's doing what. So, because even when I was reading about the live golf, that's the battle. PGA is like, I don't know if this will even. I don't know how long live will have to live.
Oh shit! You just like, okay, I see what the fuck you did just there. Okay. So this next story to me is a little disheartening, because back in 2008 when I heard what happened, I was like, damn, Slim going like that. And I've never been the type of dude to take. Well, let me make sure I say this right. I've never been the type of dude to take something from a woman that didn't belong to me. I've never been that dude, right? So I'm still kind of confused on how dudes got all this money or got this fame, this limelight or whatever, and choose that this is something they want to do. But I also say that money don't necessarily make people smarter, it make them worser than what they were. So whatever their fucking vices were, and after they got money, their vices are even worse. So this dude right here, Mystikail, man. This dude is charged with choking, beating, and raping a woman over a financial dispute. I couldn't find out what the financial dispute was, but in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck difference do it make? What the fuck is going on with this dude, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they said, so he showed up in court yesterday and of course was denied bail.
It's your third time.
Yes. But this thing happened over the weekend. So this is, very recent with him being charged for the third time, mind you, of rape. Come on, Mystikail. Like, she says no, it's no. People just. I feel sometimes a lot of this stuff, Kevin, especially when you hear about these rape allegations, and people always come off and say like, "Oh, well, I think it's because he's famous," or "Oh, I think it's because he thinks he has money." No, Mystikail, even if he was broke, he was still gonna do who's raping somebody. Right. He just so happened to get famous. He just so happened just to be making money being a rapper. Because everyone with money doesn't go around and rape.
Wait, so you said you looked at his mugshot. What his mugshot look like again?
He looked like a rapist in his mugshot. Mystikail looks like somebody's like, "Oh, girl, don't talk to him." He not make it home.
Remember, what's his name? CeeLo. Remember CeeLo? And how he had the little patch on both sides, but it was nothing in the middle. I looked at that much. I was like, damn, they could at least let him put some water on his head and slick that shit back.
They make sure you look the worst in your butt. Make sure that you look
I swear to God, compared to black people and white people, when they take mugshots, white people be like, fuck it. Hell yeah, fuck. Yeah, this mugshot of the guy who shot up 30 people. They be like,
yeah. You're like, are you doing this subconsciously? Are you smiling subconsciously?
Man, I hate that shit. I hate it. But I mean, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about
and I really did like him as a rapper back in the day. I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, who didn't like Mystikail? But it's just like this being his third time. Like when you hear stories like this, it reminds me of the beginnings of R. Kelly. We kept on hearing allegations like, "Oh, this is R. Kelly's third time." After a while, you're like, "Come on, this is who Mystikail is. Mm-hmm. This is who he is." And then like the choking and the money dispute, like where did the rape come involved? Like y'all arguing over money, and then what? I just wish I could know like the real details of the story. Because where did the rape come in to the financial dispute? What's going on right there, Mystikail? What's going on?
So to me, you know how we always talk about mental health and how it's very important. So we have to really understand that mental health is important in a lot of things that we do daily. And I would say that mentally, there's some type of disease or something attached to that type of shit. Rape, molestation, human trafficking. There's some element that's off mentally that provides you this confidence, like, oh yeah, let's do this shit. And I know you got the two, the angel and the devil and shit. Yeah. And the devil was like, nigga, yeah, fuck that, let's run him. And the angel's like, you shouldn't be doing that. And it's just like, Joe, what the like?
You just wonder, like, because I just would like to know, like, what I mean, just with the rape thing, and then for this to be his third time, I'm just feeling this is a part of probably who he is. It's a part of who he is.
And you know, it's easier to when you're mad, when you're upset. Because I talk to kids a lot, and I'm understanding now that the anger, the lashing out, all of that stuff, it's a coping mechanism for them. The aggression. It's some type of coping mechanism for them to relieve whatever tension they got going on in their head. So I do think that there needs to be a professional involved to kind of bring them back from that, so they don't think that is the only way to deal with that. But just the men that I've been around, just like my core group of men, like that's not something that we've ever done. Like,
I've been talking about it. She says no. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, like, who talks like that? Who says that? Like, it's.
And it almost makes me feel like they're. And I'm just saying this. Don't shut me down. But I'm saying maybe at some point, because he was mystical, and because he was getting money, some women was like, all right, I'm gonna just let it slide. This mystical, he might give me some money when we done. And then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was probably still right, however it went down. But who's to say that he, didn't leave a couple thousand on the table, on the nightstand, and then left. And then it became regular, and he thought that it's something he could just do. So, but I'm saying either way, it's fucked up though. Either way, either way is. I think third time's a charm. What is it? 3 strikes you out. I mean, I think they
But I see Hood has said they were fighting over $100.
Wow.
Angel, he said they were fighting over $100.
For real?
Yeah, but then, then the other comment, Hood has more details in the other comment. That was more like 100. So now I think it was Mystical. Is Mystical?
Hold on. So Hood said allegedly Mystikail had an issue over $100. He tried to roll. He took her keys and told her she couldn't leave. Then allegedly the assault/rape happened. If it's true, he's a terrible nigga. And I mean, so we're basically talking about what I just said.
No,
they were in a situation. Shit went the way it was supposed to go. Maybe he was trying to get changed. Give him $100. But it's funny and not funny. But like, come on, dog. Like,
just let her have the $100.
Have that money and roll, man. Because now because your mugshot, nigga, is not a good look, bro.
And then did you see how he's like kind of like smugging it? Like, that's what I did. Like, come on,
that nigga's 51. That nigga is 51.
I know. I'm like, Dad, he's.
So he had to feel empowered by making somebody feel vulnerable to him.
Hey, that could be. Hey, you know me, I ain't want to. What was in Living Color? What was the sister? Her joint. I ain't want to gossip. You can't hear that from me. I missed that shit. I missed that shit. Because, and what was the lady that she always talked about? If anybody fuck with her, oh Lord, if anybody fuck with her, oh my God. Not Miss Jenkins. Oh, let me see. Nah, he knew Shawty. She was staying there at the time. So you knew her. And you did all of this.
But you know what, Kevin, even if it was, let's say it was somebody that he was messing with, because I think sometimes that gets kind of...
Hood said they was at his house.
That would... But he was still... But if he's not letting... Yeah, he's not letting her leave. Now he's kidnapping somebody because now you're not letting her leave. But even if that was somebody, let's say he was messing with, they have some history together, you still can't go off and just rape her off. You ain't leaving, then beat her up and rape her. Like, where does that come? I can't just your wife. You can't be
your
doing
sister
that.
Is like me. She said I shouldn't be laughing, but damn.
No, because it's just like it's $100 for me. First of all, like come on, Mr.
That was his way of teaching her a lesson.
Hey, listen, that's a mean motherfucking lesson because now this nigga need a lawyer. He need all types of shit.
And knowing that you already had these 2 previous rape charges hovering over your head, why would you do it?
And he was acquitted of the one in 2008. That's why I was like, okay, maybe it was some other shit.
Maybe some other
but now judges when they get your report, they look at all that shit before they come out.
Oh, another
so they read all this shit before they
Mm.
come out. So when they come out, they kind of already predetermined what they're gonna do. They just want to hear from you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I remember I was looking at one John, the dude came out, he started singing a motherfucking song to the judge. The judge let him sing. She was like, that was very thoughtful. I'm glad that you felt remorseful and it felt real, and I thank you for that. But your sentence is going to be the same. And I think she said something like 72 months. And I was like, 72 months? God Almighty. And I hate it. I was just telling Angel the other day, I was like, don't you hate when like you, I ain't gonna say you, but when people go to court and they don't say years, but they say months.
I know.
I'm probably drinking. I'm probably intoxicated. I'm like 72 months.
2 months. That's right. Like,
even with
like 5 years or whatever.
Even with babies, you know how when women see each other and they be like, "Girl, how does your baby? Oh, she's 37 and a half months. She's 3 years old. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, come on, yeah. We always trying to be all sophisticated and shit."
Please.
Your sister say, "Look, creep is a."
Creep.
Creep is an understatement. I mean, this nigga did this shit 3 times. Like, come on,
3
man.
times.
You a wild nigga.
You, Kevin, hello, wild. He's wild.
You
So
a
she
wild
ain't gonna
motherfucker.
leave. And then
Nicole say, lock him up and throw away the key. Nicole, we laughing, but we are right there in agreement.
Yeah, because it's too many.
It's way too much. It's way too much. All right, so we got another one, man. We're gonna keep this party going, man. And I think the ladies will like this one because this is something that I'm not a real big fan of Beyonce, but when it came out, it was like coming out. This came out. I was like, hey, what the fuck is going on? So let's dig into this. So Beyonce apparently had to replace some lyrics in a song on her album called Renaissance, and the song was called Heated. And
Heated.
The song made her seem like she's in, make sure I say this right, ableist.
Yeah,
right?
so
and then Khalees, like, what the fuck is going on with her and Khalees? It's like a back and forth, like, what the fuck?
And poor Beyonce. I am a Beyonce fan, but it's like, but she was just in 2 different things this week. I mean, her album came out and now all of this. But I think we'll touch on the ableist part because I was confused about the ableist. Yeah, right. So the definition is discrimination or prejudice against individuals with disabilities. And so when I read more about it, Beyonce was talking about spazzing out, going crazy, just heated, being mad, heated. That community came back and said, those are terms that are offensive. It really touches on the mental illness, it touches on that community. So saying spazzing out, and crazy, those are not really, I guess, politically correct terms to use. So and then Lizzo also got the same backlash some weeks ago too on her song.
So I meant to put this on here too, but Monica Lewinsky got something to say about her too now.
Okay, please say what did she have to say? Look at me.
I was looking at TMZ real quick before we started, and I heard them talking about it, and they were saying that Monica Lewinsky is saying she wants her to take the lyrics out that's talking about Monica Lewinsky in the dress and all this. And Harvey was like, it has nothing to do with Monica. It's just the song and the dress. But somebody was like, well, I mean, it did happen. I mean, it did.
It did happen. And Monica Lewinsky, that was such new. And if I'm correct, this is not even a song that's on this album. I think that was a song
on another album.
Yeah,
so you see how to me it seemed like a money grab. People just want to be relevant. People just want to be in the fucking mood.
Yes,
it's crazy.
Yeah. So I just feel so with that. I'm just like, wow. But I learned something with the whole ableist thing. I have definitely learned something. I didn't know it was huge to the point where Beyonce now has changed the lyrics. It's not on the song no more. So that did.
Now listen, social media and this motherfucking cancel culture is serious.
Cancel. I mean, yeah, especially
so what the fuck is Khalees talking about?
Oh my God, then Khalees. So Khalees and Beyonce has sampled her Milkshake song for her new song Energy, which is on the same album, on the Renaissance album. However, when I was looking at Khalees's view on it, Khalees just wanted Beyonce to acknowledge, like, you know, hey, I guess from artist to artist, they do this all the time. They say, oh, hey, I'm about to use your sample, or I'm about to, you know. The thing is, Khalees doesn't own the rights to Milkshake. You know, Pharrell does, Pharrell Williams. So, and I didn't know there was a big thing with them some years back because she doesn't own the rights to those.
Recently heard that, yeah.
So she's heated with all the way around. She said she's still really mad. She said she's not really even mad at Beyonce. She's still mad at Pharrell. She said she's really, that's where she gets upset with. Because she was like, all this sampling, even in commercials, he gets the money. She doesn't get the money.
Okay, but from what I was told, and I'm just going off what I was told. So what I was told was Pharrell owns the track.
Yeah, he owns it. So, because that's how that's how it was written up for her.
So if you ain't got the right lawyer, you up shit street.
But she is, and she's saying that, you know, she knows what contract she signed, and you know, she wasn't educated back then on, you know, I guess, you know, Khalees was young. They sizing her up like, oh, we got this,
and you know who's sparking this?
Yeah,
Ashanti.
Oh, what happened with
Ashanti? Ashanti has all the rights to her music.
But she probably had a good manager and good, like how who is it? How Puff Daddy says all his artists always have all the rights to their songs. Because I think if you have
just got it though. I guess I'm assuming that it took some time, but I remember they announced it because she's getting ready to do a whole album. Ooh. It's gonna be it's gonna be the same album, but like all the original songs, but she's doing them again so that way when it sells, it can be all her.
I like that.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad, and I feel sorry for people that got gypped like how Khalees did in the industry, because that song Milkshake, I mean, gosh, it's a
business, and if you don't go into this business, understand that it's a business, and you need people that's smarter than you. I mean, you need accountants, you need lawyers. On top of all of the stuff that you need, you still need to have a relationship with these people, so these people know that y'all can trust each other. You can trust them that they're gonna take care of you, and they trust you that you're gonna take care of them. And I think that that's kind of my mindset now. Anybody that I think that's gonna help me, or you know, be a part of something that I'm trying to do at some point, some way, shape, or form, I want to show them my appreciation. So I just think that, you know, when you get into this business, man, you gotta know what the fuck is going on.
It's that part, but also.
Now, go ahead.
But also, you know, Beyonce has taken those. She took that sampling out too.
And I respect that, because Beyonce, like, listen, I don't want no beef. It ain't that serious for me. I thought it was cool. It sound right. I'll take it off. I'm still gonna make my money, even though this new song she got and it sound like it's a house music song. I ain't really. I ain't just listen to it, and she was just like, I ain't feeling it. So I guess it takes time. I don't know. I'm not a Beyonce fan. I don't know. So have you heard it yet?
Oh, with her album? Oh gosh, yes.
So you like it?
I like Beyonce, and I like her. I like it. It is more house. This album is definitely more house, more party. It's definitely that. But I'm just a Beyonce fan. Like, if Beyonce whistles on the microphone, I'm not.
Right. So your sister said Pharrell made the beat. So if he owns the beat, like, what the fuck is she doing?
And that's very true. And that's why he wrote up, I think, Khalees's contract up like that, because he made the beat. But Beyonce did sample her voice too, along with the beat. So I think that's where Khalees was just like, that she told me, you know, my voice. Because people thought it was a collaboration.
But you know what I have noticed, that a lot of people who are in the entertainment industry, we would think that like how me and you cool, and a lot of you that I know, and we all cool. But I'm learning now that a lot of these motherfuckers in entertainment, they not cool because of the money. Yeah. And that's crazy. And I'm like, if I'm cool with Khalees and we did something before, I'm gonna just shoot her a text. Hey, I'm in the studio. I want to know if I can sample this junk. What it sound like? Let me hear it. And you play it. Oh, that's fine. You can use it.
But they don't get along. She said she does not get along with them and Pharrell. So this was a bad one.
Very bad. Now, you know me, I'm the first one to comment on stuff. But then once I get the history on, I'll be like, oh, here we go. So just like the McDonald's, he came over here with McDonald's just with his son, and I got 3 kids in here. Kind of find out the shit was fake. I'm like, really? And we had some heated conversation. But the funny thing about that is, I know that happens. I know that's something that happens in real life. So I don't think the conversations, went void, because it does happen. But just for her to present this way, I was just like, this is terrible. So this clout chasing shit, because this next story, this clout chasing shit has to end, man. It has. So this shit right here, there is a video circulating on social media with this young lady who was being flown out of town, and she got returned back to the airport because she didn't want to have sex with the dude that flew her out. I was like, wait a minute. And so I on Facebook, we got women talking and all, but I'm like, listen, let's keep it a brick. There are women that talk about being flown out. Give me my ticket and I'm there, right? Yeah. So there's some conversation that had to be had for him to think that he was fucking.
Yeah, we're grown. Like, we're grown. Like, I know for me, if I was being flown out to somewhere, I just know for me, in my own sanity, I need to know what's gonna happen. Like, so I would need to know, like, okay, am I sleeping with this dude, or is he just flying me out? And then, if you're really grown and have been out here long enough, if a man is flying me out, I mean, he's not flying me out just to be my friend.
I saw your eyes; they kind of squinted a little bit. What that mean? He's flying me out.
He's flying me out.
What the fuck?
Like, if a dude, let's say this is a dude that I'm talking to, and we're flirty, we're this, we're that. He's like, hey, come out to Vegas. I'm flying you out to Vegas. I'm pay for your hotel.
I'm coming.
Come on, like,
and I'm not saying as soon as the motherfucking pilot say, "Oh, welcome to wherever state that you in." When you get to the car, y'all gotta fuck off the brake. But I mean, I know y'all gonna go to the bar. Y'all gonna have a good time. Like,
but what time it is. Like, what time it is, Kevin. It's just one of those things. So if you're not comfortable with it, don't go.
And there's women like, no, just because you flew me out don't mean we having sex. This is my body and blah blah.
And is that argument? Is that argument too? But we're also grown people. When a man is flying you out somewhere, I mean, you should.
Let's put it this way: if a dude is flying you out, there has been a conversation.
Yes, there's been a conversation.
Why he's even flying you the fuck out? Come on.
Because I know if a dude ever tells me, like, I'm flying you out, and if I was, she must have not wanted to. She just wanted the trip.
She just wanted the experience. She wanted to go and take pictures.
I've been blown out. I'm here. He didn't even know. If a dude is flying me, I know what time it is, and it's up to me if I'm comfortable on what time that is. It's up to me. I'll be like, well, I ain't really feeling him like that. I'm going to decline the trip.
Right.
Come on, like.
But this goes back to that thing that Trick Daddy was talking about, how people are hooking up with people that don't even fuck with people.
I know.
It's Kevin, if you don't even fuck with this nigga, why you going?
But you made a very good point for the experience. And everything's about social media now, and the likes and the comments. They just want to be flown out, show the story, I was flown out to the Bahamas. He did all that. And you don't even like the dude. You don't even find him attractive.
Hey, let me ask you a question, because somebody asked me this one time, right? So I just want to see what you think. So I remember one time, oh damn, I went too fast. So I remember one time somebody asked in one of my platforms on live, if you went out of town with somebody, does that automatically mean you're having sex with them?
I am.
So if we talking and I say, look, man, let's go to Jamaica, and she like, that, let's go. Does that mean we're going to the airport, we're flying on the plane for however many hours, we get there, and we're going to just have fun and not have sex?
I know for me as a grown 42-year-old woman, yes, we're having sex. Yes. Yeah. I mean, if I was 20, I can't speak about that, but at 42, I'm having sex.
The way I've been drunk in Jamaica and Mexico and all these places, I get fried. And when I get to the room, when it's just us,
And it's like the environment,
Rick
it's
James.
the atmosphere, it's the ambiance of it all.
Oh,
And
you
that's not
angry with this ambiance bullshit.
it's the women love ambiance. It's the palm trees, it's the ocean. So
She want open the curtains and shit and
open the
listen
curtains.
to the water.
Yeah.
Nobody got time for that shit. Close the motherfucking shades, man. I got time for this shit, man.
No, because we close the shades any other time when we're at home. We are now in a tropical place. The ocean is right here.
I like it dark, man. I like it dark.
It can get dark. It can be dark.
I like it dark. I like it dark. I'm just being honest. But I do think that video is.
You think it's fake?
I don't know. I think it's fake.
It may be just to create conversation like this and to see what people would say. It may be fake because it's like, wow, he took her back to the airport, like maybe still have just regular fun with her.
Oh, yeah. That nigga said you are getting out of my vehicle. I was like, damn. She was like, well, this is my confirmation number. He was like, what confirmation?
Right. But it's like that part of the video where you're like, now I'm looking at him sideways. It's like, yes, it should have been discussion, but why now I'm getting kicked out? I'm going all the way back. Like, was it that serious for you?
And my
why
thing is this:
enjoy me, the person, while I'm here.
You a grown woman. You're not supposed to go nowhere without no money.
I mean, absolutely.
Shit go left. You gotta have enough to get the fuck back home.
Oh no.
Your girlfriend need to know where the fuck you going. Your friend, whoever. Hey, I'm going to such and such. This is my flight. This where we stand. I'll call you when I get there. And if anything happen, you people know where the fuck you at.
No, very true. That's very true.
So, have you been following this Johnny Depp thing? Have you been
I
following?
have been following Johnny Depp thing. Yes.
So I put this up because I was like, Johnny Depp got $15 million for being with a crazy female, but this dude's out here doing that shit for free. This nigga's out here with crazy chicks. I mean, for free, $3.99 with headaches.
Well, one thing Johnny Depp has taught probably all the dudes with crazy women: sue her if she's doing too much. If she's doing way too much, sue her for the craziness. But that's all that he did. He just sued her for defamation. She's talking too much. She's publicly saying things about me that are not true. I'm suing her, and that I feel like that's a smart move for anybody.
And I watched a little bit of it. And I was just like, she looked crazy. Like, I mean, Virginia.
Really likes her as an actress.
I think the trial was in Fairfax. Man, Fairfax was on fire. I heard that. I heard that whole courthouse had people everywhere. I was like,
because he was out in
Fairfax. And you did all this shit. You went to court. You did all this, wasted these people's time. And whole time you lying, like, come on, man.
I know, and it's just like, and then like when you hear about their relationship, and he dealt with a lot, and you're like, wow, this was a lot. His marriage seemed like it was crazy. He was just dealing with like you said, a crazy woman, and you're right, people are doing out for free.
Mate, these niggas doing it for free though. They not getting 15
awarded 15 minutes. But this is a lesson, like maybe
they sleeping on the couch and shit. Like, man, I hate this motherfucker, man. I'm sleeping on the couch. Fuck that shit. That shit is wild, man. So this was another story that I heard, right? And I think that when I saw this, it was because I didn't hear it. I just saw it first. Like I saw it, I was like, damn, okay. Whoever owned the store was like, nah, I'm not having it, right? But these motherfuckers go in this store, rifles out, like, give me the shit, and the store owner had a shotgun. Boom! And you could just hear the dude, oh my God! Oh, shut up! I was like, that's what the fuck you get? You bullshitting out here. And I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, but they had a lot of gray hair. They was old, but they was fucking ready. You hear me?
Yeah, but no. But here we go. I mean, it's a store owner, robbers coming in.
Like, what the fuck?
Protecting yourself. Yeah, you just got to protect yourself. And it's like these robbers have to understand. Yes, these store owners, they're ready too for you.
I mean, but watch this though. But watch this though. If that was you, I'm tripping now. I need to be deleting stuff. So if that was you, right? if that was you and you were a store owner, right? And somebody came in and tried to rob your store. And I mean, I already know, you already are a responsible gun owner, right? How does that look though if a motherfucker come in your establishment like that? Like, what the fuck you doing?
I know, Kevin, because at the end of the day, it's your business. It's your business. And you're coming to rob me. And you already come in, with because what did they teach you in the thing? Like, you're already engaging with me. So that does now give me the right.
And I was fearful for my life off the break. So I gotta do something.
Yes.
At that moment, it's flight or fight.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm fighting.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Fuck and I'm shooting, and I'm going to shoot you somewhere. It won't be fatal. I
just thought it was hilarious when I heard the dude, because they showed it from inside the store when he was screaming, and then they showed it from outside with the guys outside, and one of the guys was getting out the car with his rifle, and the nigga was running out. Ah! He shot my homo!
Now he was hell. Now he be
Man, they was trying to put on. It was another nigga trying to get in the car. I was like, this shit look crazy. And they didn't walk in that motherfucker with handguns. They walked in that motherfucker with rifles.
Yes, but didn't know that dude had a shotgun. Ooh, the damage a shotgun can do. I know his arm felt like it was coming off.
Hey, look. Crime does not pay anymore.
It doesn't.
Crime does not pay. Now, this shit here, this next story, man, I got a kick out of it, right? And I'm not getting a kick out of it because of what it is. I just got a kick out of it because when I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? And I always talk about how I'm okay with people being, gay. I'm okay with their whole agenda, but they do push their agenda. I mean, they push their agenda, right? And so there's a book out, and I saw somebody else post this on social media. So I was kind of like, oh, here we go. So somebody just came up with a new book, and and me and her makes you try to figure out, was it for kids? Was it what age? So she said that when she looked it up, it was just a book for all ages, right? Mm-hmm. Kids of all ages. I was like, kids of all ages, what does that mean? So this motherfucker wrote a book, ML Webb wrote a book called The Gay BCs. Like, what the fuck kind of book is this? It makes you feel the
yes, so Kevin, so it is basically a book, teaching kids, or just getting kids comfortable on the whole point of, the gay and transgender community. So the LGBT.
So basically, it's trying to
introducing them.
It's trying to introduce kids. So when they playing and they on the floor and they in the house and the commercial come on. And it's a commercial with two men and they holding hands, walking the dog.
They'll know.
They look like their parents like, Daddy, would you ever hold a man's hand like that? God damn it. Let me turn this goddamn TV off.
but what I know, right? But definitely what I'm reading is basically to help kids like not like force agenda. I mean, like what you said, the agenda is just
acclimated.
Just gonna get acclimated with it. And I guess in a way, when I was reading up on it, it's not a bad idea because the kids are gonna have to get acclimated with it regardless. But it's just a good way, like introducing, like these small steps of introducing them to them. So if you may have a classmate
I'm almost interested in us ordering this book and doubling back.
Yeah.
And be like, look, we read this book, and this is what our thoughts about it all. Versus not knowing what the book is about.
No, so you definitely should.
Let's do that. I think that would be fun. I think that would be really good. Now, this next story, we talked about this for a while. I remember even in the group, different people had different opinions. I feel like everybody's opinion was valid based on, how they felt, their perspective, how they saw it. But this apology, though, did you see it?
I know. Well, I mean, so Will Smith. First of all, I'm glad that he publicly apologized. Number one.
Okay.
I do feel that he publicly apologized. I guess for me, maybe the timing, and I'm not trying to say people need to apologize immediately. I get it, but this
nigga went on stage, accepted his award, had a speech and everything, and went to the apologize.
I know, but what I'm getting from it too, Kevin, is he needed time to really sit in it and heal from it, now the apology is coming out. Because at first, when I first heard, I'm like, wow, it's like July and he's now just apologizing. That was my first assumption. It was to like kind of get irritated with that. But then when I was thinking like, well, maybe Will Smith, because I know he took that trip to India and all that. Maybe he had to really regroup with himself, and then now he has the apology. Now can really come out and be genuine.
You know the and I always say is sometimes there's always motive behind a lot of shit when people do it right. And so you know that the Academy Awards Association was thinking about taking his award and taking him out of the association.
Yes. Yeah.
So like the apology be like, oh no, let me apologize.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah. But I feel like if it was that, I think he would have apologized sooner than this. I think he would have hurried up and tried to make some, like, which him and Jada did put some sort of joint statement out. Remember when it first happened? I feel like that was a rush statement. But now I think this time is probably really genuine.
Now, did they really go on Red Table Talk and talk about this?
Yeah, they did.
So, like, why you couldn't apologize then?
I know, because I right. I don't know why. See, but I feel like he didn't. He still probably felt like he didn't want to apologize, because apology got to come from. It got to come from.
It got to mean something.
It has to mean something. So maybe he still was in his moment, like no, he's maybe he was still in that moment. But I don't know. I just wish this would have just never had happened. But
and at the end of all of my conversations, that's what I said. I said I wish it just never happened, because it makes us kind of just look a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I just, like you said, I just wish that it would have just, I just wish it would have never happened. Apology. I was listening to Jazzy Jeff, his longtime friend and DJ.
Oh wow, okay. What
he was on the podcast, and he was saying how Will Smith is this dead devil. He does this and that. He was like, man, it could have been Mike Tyson up there. He still would have slapped him. I'm like, nigga. Mike Tyson.
I doubt it.
Nigga.
He knew his audience.
You know who Michael Jai White is?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So I saw an interview with him today on Vlad TV, and he was just like, I hate bullies. And he was like, I never really, interacted with Will Smith. I've met him a couple times. But after I saw that, I lost a lot of respect for him, because that was some bully type shit. Like
it was definitely a bully.
He knew that Chris Rock wasn't going to do nothing.
And the thing is like the sad thing about the whole thing about the bullying, because he was being bullied by his wife, then he became the bully, and then that's what happened. But that's a whole other story.
It was definitely, to me, it was definitely bad timing. Like, it was like good. So this last story. It was a little bit of backlash, and I just want to get your take on it, because I wanted to see what people kind of think. When I initially saw it, I was like, Joe, why the fuck do we always got to be so quick to judge people on what they do? People got to understand, people going to do what the fuck they going to do.
People are going to do.
Like, what the fuck? And if something happens, it's going to happen to them, not you, the one with the opinion. So this young lady is ultimately the one that's going to have to deal with this shit. So it was a young lady. Shouts out to FAMU. And she posed naked on their college campus as she prepares to get her master's degree. So I'm assuming that, like, you get you're preparing for your degree, and you want to take some pictures, as a, reminder of your accomplishment, right? And so she stood in front of their rattler, their statue on campus, mind you, at night. So it wasn't like a crowd, I don't think. And she took this picture, but she posted it. And I remember reading some of her posts, and she was saying she's always dressed provocatively, and she always got looked like a certain type of way, but she fought so hard to get her degree, and then she got her master's degree, and she did it. And so a lot of people, oh my God, what are you doing, sis? Come on, it's too much. What are you doing? So what do you think about this?
Okay, so she has said that she always dressed provocatively, and then now you post nude after getting your master. I guess for me,
because dressing provocatively and being naked, two different things.
Yeah, that's two different things. It's like now she's taking it too.
I think it could have ran fast while y'all were trying to take the picture smacked her on the ass or something. So,
Because it's just like, okay, I guess for me, and maybe I'm going to be one of the judgy people. I just don't understand, why did you have to dress naked? I think that's where I'm like, why did the nakedness have to come about with the receiving your master's degree?
People do what they do, man.
I think people do a lot of stuff, Kevin, for social media.
All right, so watch this. And they do. People do a lot of wild shit for social media. But watch this. So we both went to another historical black college, Delaware State University. Shout out to the Hornets. And if somebody on Delaware State's campus would have did this while we were there,
Wow.
You said, wow. and you know, at night on Delaware State's campus, I mean, it was a few spots that was.
A few spots. But let's say they won't do it like, don't you know where the mall is, where the DSU?
Let's say that's where you take the picture
right there.
How the fuck you gonna take a naked picture and MLK right there? You ain't gonna take no naked picture.
That girl who would have done that would have blown up on campus immediately. Everybody would have needed to know who this girl was that posted naked.
Motherfuckers would be like, that's my sweet mate. She lived right here. Oh, for real? What's her name?
No, that's what I'm saying. And because maybe I'm not saying that's attention that she would have wanted, but when people do that, they want some sort of attention. They're feeding for it. Like they want it because I just feel like I don't understand the point. Like, what was the point? Like, I'm marrying myself for my master's degree.
I mean, again, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say that, I'm not saying she was wrong. I'm not saying she was right. All I'm saying is she did what the fuck she wanted to do, and now FAMU is going to deal with her, and her consequences is going to be. I even heard a lady say they should not give her master's degree. I was like,
she earned that. I mean, they should definitely do that. But a lot of these colleges and universities, period, but especially HBCUs, they have a brand that they have to commit to. They don't have time for people posing at some historical statue. They don't have time. Like at Delaware State, they probably would have took somebody's degree. I mean, they probably would have took. I don't
see that happening. I don't see that happening because, like you say, the mall is like the only spot because we got the DSU in the middle and it look nice and it got the lights and shit.
Yeah, the lamp post. Look at the lamp post.
Motherfuckers thinking ain't nobody gonna be outside and they getting ready to take that picture.
And that would have
hot motherfuckers walk past like, oh shit, what the fuck you about to do?
Yeah,
you ass naked. They would have fucked the whole photo.
And they would have been following her. They would have what? I mean, it just would have been mayhem. So I'm like, I don't know where she. I mean, it must have been 4:00 in the morning when she took that picture.
Yeah, you should just say, yeah, I saw that story. It makes absolutely no sense. It was for followers on IG. Did you also see raps? I think raps. It was for music. Oh no, I didn't. So she was promoting herself?
Probably so, and she knows the best promotion is like
that's what we do naked. That's how we promote ourselves and shit.
I was be naked. That's a whole nother thing, but I feel for people to get attention on things like that. I mean, we even see it sometimes as our regular people that we see on social media with thirst trapping pictures. I mean, these are people that we did go to school with. They're not naked, but they definitely thirst trapping.
And you know what? At some point, and I know I've been saying this, and I've actually talked to her once or twice, but I kind of think I want to get what is her name? It just went out of my goddamn head. That face, Winter. Remember Winter?
Yes.
And remember that book she wrote?
I know. We need her on the show.
Man, I'm gonna reach out. Like, look, man, let's go live. It's been a couple years, man. Let's just have that, man. Let's see what the fuck is going on.
Because
personally, I'm like, yo, because look, you know, we talking this shit, we chat, reminiscing. So I'm like, am I in the book?
I think these were like rappers though.
No,
like I think people that we.
Oh, she talked about Dale State.
She
talked about Dale State and everything. Oh man.
No, okay. So my impression of the book was it was more about she kind of did like a superhead thing, like she was.
Did you read it?
Industry. I
You
did
read?
not read it.
So
I did not. I thought it was.
I talked to Brian. Brian said he think he may have a couple copies.
But what was her point of? Okay, this is no. She definitely needs to be on the show now because I want to know what's the point of not saying we don't need to know about the average guys, but what's the? I mean, because I thought she was talking about celebrities, and I'm like, oh, she's been with all of those.
So she did. She talked about how
but
she.
But Dale State
was Fabulous, right? She was Fabulous's assistant.
Yeah.
Right. And I know she talked about the Locks and their relationship and all that good stuff, and some stuff got out about who fucked who.
Dale State men were in the book.
Yeah. And then I think she also talked about her being on the reality TV show, and I'm not really into that shit, but
she was on it for like a minute.
But I think I will reach out to her and be like, look, man, I got a live on Wednesday nights, man. We want to invite you in.
And you think that you in the book too. See, we gotta talk about that. If she's coming on this show, we definitely gotta talk about is Kevin in the book? Because Kevin thinks he's in the book.
No, I hope I'm not in the book, honestly. Like, because I reached out to a couple people. I was like, hey, you in that book? She was like, I don't know. I ain't even read it yet. I was like, man, read that joint. Let me know what the fuck is going on, Joe.
Wow. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I think at some point we will definitely try to get her on, because I think that would be very, 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 very interesting.
Very interesting.
I really think it would be interesting. But man, that's it, man. We kind of came in here and did what we said we was going to do. I mean, we trying to be as consistent as we can, folks. I mean, we're going to try to keep coming to y'all on Wednesday nights. Your sister was like, no, y'all can't do this once a week. Y'all got to do this shit every week. I'm like, damn, for real? We trying to get a schedule. Fuck that schedule. Y'all need to do this shit every week, Joe. And so it's a lot that's going on every week. So maybe there is a reason for us to come on here and kind of kick our perception of what the fuck is going out there in this crazy ass world. Because you got the motherfucking monkeypox now popping up everywhere. It's like we got a friend in our core group of homies. He just texted us day before yesterday, told us he's positive with COVID. And so that shit is still out here. So it's just
still out here.
There's so much going on, man. It's just fucking crazy, Joe. Like that's wild. So listen, y'all. So I told Mechi when we first started this that I wanted to try to get her a nickname, right? So we can put that nickname right there.
Nickname.
Right. So I'm asking viewers, I'm asking our followers, I'm asking everybody, please help us, not me, help us give Mechi a nickname, right? She gave me her nickname. I said, but that's your nickname. I want people to look at the show and look at the energy, catch the vibe, and be like, that should be her nickname. So for the next, it's for the next couple weeks, we're gonna come on, and every week I'm gonna say, all right, y'all, did y'all come up with a nickname yet? Because we need a nickname for the co-host, man. We need a nickname for Mechi. Listen, a nigga inboxed me. He was like, because he was reading, he was like, what the fuck is in a Mechi? I was like, go ahead.
Wow, dog, you know what? See, and that's what, and that's
my folks,
right. Like, and then once you hear the name like a Mechi, then everybody's like, oh, you can't forget it. So whoever that was, the name is Mechi.
Whoever that was.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what the all right.
Your sister said LOL at the nickname. I'm just saying, we need to get her a nickname. That's all I'm saying. We need to get her a nickname so we can so it can be catchy. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm just trying to get her a nickname. So
Mechi's not catchy enough.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, look, your sister, she going there. She like, look.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah.
She's going in, yo. Oh my God, that shit is fun. Then she gave you the skeleton, like, what? Like, why the fuck she need that?
It's the evidence. I know, but it's the names. I'm telling you, it's the names.
So I enjoy doing this every week, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really enjoy this. I mean, it's only like an hour or so that we get to get on and have some fun. It's hump day. We almost done with the week. I've been really busting my ass at work because my supervisor is out of town again. This nigga was out of town in Vegas for a corporate event for a week, and this nigga got back Monday and was like, all right, I'll see you Friday. I was like, Friday?
Wow.
He said, yeah, I'm going on vacation. I said, okay, that's all right, though. Because I'm going on vacation too real soon. Goddamn it. And yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all when I get back.
Right.
So I love to promote, right? I love to promote. So I always want people to know what you're doing and your endeavors. And like I said, I saw that your journal is on Amazon, and my sister says she got it, and I want to get her on here one day so she can kind of give people an idea of, is it helping? How is it helping? What is it doing or whatever? So I'm gonna put your info up, and I kind of want you to just talk about the Mechi Effect, tell people what it is and how can they find it, and what inspired you to do the Mechi Effect.
Yeah, so of course all the information is down there, the blog and my IG information. So even though we all, me and Kevin, we have a good time, it's all fun and games here, but the blog is actually about my personal growth journey. And so I've just incorporated things that help me personally on my personal growth, and I've put them down in the blog. And I just want to share my experiences with everybody. So that's how the blog kind of came to be. And then the journal is a daily gratitude journal that you can purchase on Amazon. And it's called It's called Life's a Bitch, so thank it.
I love
so
it.
So if you search that, it comes right up. So if you search that, it comes right up. The book comes right up, and you can purchase it on Amazon. And that's just a daily journal, because journaling, and especially doing gratitude sort of journaling, helped me through my journey, just being thankful for where you're at in the present. So that's basically what that
makes you effect.
Yeah.
That's dope, Joe. I like that. That's dope.
Yeah.
And we might need to do. We're gonna see, but we might need to remember when we talked about having a book club.
Okay, but
it don't necessarily have to be a book club type thing, but we can kind of go in the group and talk about the Mechi Effect, talk about what it is, how it help you, and kind of just let people know that it's there. And if somebody journals, maybe 1 week we can get in the group and say, hey, we talking about the Mechi Effect this week. Let's get in, let's dig in and see what we journaling, what we talking about, how we living, are we better, are we worse, just what is.
And you know what, Kevin, then how to effectively use it, because I did want to do something where I can guide people through the journal, even though it's the same thing every day, but just kind of how to kind of go about it.
So let's do that. Let's come up with a show designed around the Mechi Effect, and let's talk about the points, and I'm gonna let you run it. I'm gonna just ask questions, but I'll let you run it, and you'll be able to let everybody know, what it is and what's going on. But again, man, that's it, y'all. That's what we do, man. That's a Mechi. We're gonna get her a nickname. I'm the Sixth Man. This is Real Talk with the Sixth Man. I'm on all your social media platforms. The only one that I'm not on is Twitter, because I really Twitter, to me, after they did what they did, I was like, yeah, I'm deleting Twitter. Fuck that. I mean, why would they sell that? Why would they sell Twitter to a dude anyway? So I was just like, fuck Twitter. But I'm on Facebook, Real Talk with the Sixth Man. I'm on YouTube. I'm on IG as Real Talk Sixth Man. And I mean, this is what we do, man. We trying to bring y'all some content that is authentic. At the end of the day, it's authentic. It's just us. We not famous. We not trying to be nobody that we not. We just being us, because y'all can see a Mechi with the good lipstick on and earrings. She be doing it up. I just come in here with a little t-shirt, hair. I be like, man, fuck it. And she be making sure she get y'all the buddy. But listen, same time next week, 8 p.m. We thank all our people in the comments, in the chat. Turns Hood, Hood Hefner. Let me see who else we had on here. We had Nicole Brooks. So we thank everybody for coming through, chatting, man. We know you could have been anywhere else, but we appreciate that you was here with us. And that's it. God bless. Good night. See y'all next week, man. Y'all be safe.